Okay, what if I told you that you could rank number one on Google by using Google's own AI? Today, we're going to break down a brand new SEO framework that does exactly that, using the power of Gemini 3.0 Pro to completely rethink how we get to the top of search results. Man, if you've ever been in the SEO trenches, this quote, it just hits different, doesn't it? You wake up one morning, there's been a Google update, and poof, all your rankings are gone. It's this feeling of being completely powerless. But what if the answer wasn't about trying to guess what the algorithm wants next, but about actually getting a peek inside the machine itself? So this leads to a pretty radical shift in strategy. Forget trying to treat Google's algorithm like some mysterious black box. What if you could use a tool that was built by the people on the inside? And this is the secret sauce, right? Gemini isn't some third-party tool trying to guess what Google's signals are. It comes directly from Google. That direct connection means it has this almost native language understanding of how search actually works. And that idea is the foundation for this entire approach. And that's where this Gemini SEO Ascension framework comes in. The name kind of says it all. This isn't about finding cheap tricks or loopholes. It's about ascending, literally climbing the rankings because you're working with the algorithm. It's a huge mindset shift from fighting Google to collaborating with it. Okay, I know what you're thinking. A new approach like this, it brings up a lot of questions, a lot of skepticism. So let's just tackle the biggest SEO myths about using AI head-on. All right, myth number one. This is the big one, the question everyone asks. For years, we've been told AI content is basically spam, it's low quality, and Google will smack you down for it. So can it really stand a chance? Well, the claim we're looking at today completely flips that idea on its head. The argument isn't just that AI content is good enough to not get penalized. No, the argument is that it's good enough to win. It can, and often does, outperform articles written 100% by humans. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at this chart. This website was getting, a few clicks a day, barely anything. But after they put an AI-driven content strategy in place, the traffic didn't just grow, it absolutely exploded. That's the kind of real-world result we're talking about here. All right, on to myth number two. This one's about time. You know the drill with SEO, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. You put out content, and then you just wait, for months sometimes, before you see any real movement. But with AI, this whole timeline just gets thrown out the window. The claim is that you can build out an entire content plan in less than an hour, and you can start to see real, measurable results in a matter of days or weeks, not months or years. And get this, here's a crazy specific example. For the keyword Google Gemini 3.0 SEO, a brand new video ranked number one on Google in just 5 hours. Think about that for a second. 5 hours. That kind of speed just completely changes the game. Okay, final myth. I get it. There are a million AI tools out there. So you might be thinking, isn't Gemini just another ChatGPT clone with a different logo? Is there really anything that makes it special? Nope. Here's what makes Gemini totally different. It's not just about writing prompts. It's about becoming a builder. With a platform called AI Studio, you can literally create your own custom SEO tools that pull in live data straight from Google search. Seriously? This idea of building your own tools? This is the absolute game changer. So let's pull back the curtain and see how it actually works. And spoiler, it's way easier than you might think. It really just comes down to 4 simple steps. First, you just describe in plain English what you want to build, like a keyword research tool. Then, and this is the most important part, you check a little box that says Use Google's search data. Then you click Generate, and you can tweak and refine it just by chatting with it until it's perfect. And boom, look at what it spits out. This isn't just some boring list of keywords. This is a full-on analysis. It tells you the search intent behind the keyword, how hard it'll be to rank for, and, this is key, the verified sources. Those sources, those are your top competitors. The tool is literally telling you exactly who you need to beat. So, just to recap, what does this actually give you? Well, first off, you're tapping into live data, so you know what people are searching for right now. You get to see the intent behind the search, not just the words they type. And it hands you your competition on a silver platter. It's an incredible advantage. Okay, that's all awesome in theory, but how do you actually do it? Let's break down what a 30-day action plan could look like to get this whole thing off the ground. Here we go, a simple 1-month roadmap. The first few days are just for getting set up and playing around. Then you spend about 10 days building your custom tools and mapping out all your content ideas. The next 10 days are all about creating and optimizing that content. And the last few days, you publish, you track, and you see what's working.
Look, if you forget everything else we talked about today, please remember this one thing. This whole philosophy is about making a fundamental shift from trying to outsmart or trick Google to using Google's own intelligence to work with it. You're working with the grain, not against it.
And that really leaves us with a huge question, doesn't it? If you can now build your own intelligent tools that tap directly into Google's brain, does that change the entire job of SEO? Maybe the future is a lot less about guesswork and a lot more about being an architect.